All right. Hey, Jeff Giannakovo here. Day 3 betting conference furniture today, betting conference wrap up. The theme for today I'm going with is leadership. All right. Fantastic day. Michael Magnusson lit up the betting conference today with his presentation about the state of the union with online mattress sellers and what's going on. And, for at least, I'm positive it's at least 3 betting conferences, but maybe more. But let's say it's 3. For 3 betting conferences, he's been telling our industry about what online companies are doing. For 6 years, he's been tracking the data. And he's just a wealth of information. And his leadership on this topic, as somebody who has an interesting relationship with our industry because he recommends retailers. My store is one of their recommended partners, which supports the manufacturing base of our industry. But he also has, relationships with the online mattress companies. But his number one goal is to, be a great resource for, consumers looking to buy our industry's product. And he's just an expert at disseminating, gathering this data, understanding what's important, understanding what's to watch. And for 3 years, Michael has been leading on the issue of what the online guys are doing and what they're not doing and how they're doing it. And for 3 years, he's essentially been saying, hey, these guys are really coming to play. They are doing the blocking, they're doing the tackling, they're doing a lot of things right. And they're doing a lot of things that, really are putting the retail brick and mortar community at a disadvantage. And I'm not going to get into the weeds too much, but I will say it was an alarming, shocking, eye-opening, invigorating, scary, range of emotions presentation that really I just straight up challenged ISPA right in the chat. I said, anybody in ISPA listen to this, you need to we're asleep at the wheel as an industry here. And as ISPA, our leading body of connection to government and lobbying and legal, we need to do more because what's going on with the online review sites, the online mattress companies, the connections that they have, I'm of the firm belief there are legal issues in the way they present the products and the way the review sites present themselves and the way review sites own certain online entities, the way online sellers own other entities, and the way it's all presented to the consumer is not in a transparent, not in a forthright way. And I would submit to you watching this, if you were to produce an infomercial and have testimonials and not disclose the paid relationship, you would find yourself in immense trouble. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can look at Ronald Reagan's view of it, of how he chimed in on how the government needs to get out of the immense oversight and control of infomercials. But still, even after that, we still have regulation that says you have to disclose glaringly and knowingly the paid endorsements and paid relationships. And it must happen as you go into a commercial. It must happen as you go out of an infomercial, whether it's 2 minutes, whether it's 30 minutes. So what I submit to our industry is regardless of the media, internet to TV, it doesn't matter. The laws don't change. So leadership, ISPA leadership, we need you. Okay? Furniture Today, we need you on this issue. ISPA, Furniture Today, the 2 leading bodies for press, for governmental relations and representation. Our industry needs you right now because the online players, they don't need you at all. And if they are allowed to continue to exist in the way they are, they will unfairly harm our industry tremendously. And, what was really eye-opening was the way all of this has been crafted. And as somebody who's, responsible for this in my business, right? Like the checkbook, responsible for the money in my business, I'm really upset that what the online people have been able to do in conjunction with the review sites is to be able to advertise and get twice the traffic for the same amount of money. that I pay for half the traffic, right? Like they're getting twice the result for the same dollar. And the way that they're accomplishing it, again, goes back to my comparison of, if you're going to promote something in a pay-for-play relationship on television with paid endorsement, you must disclose that profoundly right in the face. And you look at TV infomercials, you look at the formula they must follow to be in compliance with the government, and it is not happening online. Because the media changes, TV to internet, the rules don't change. That's the issue here, folks. And if we don't have leadership on this, we're sunk. For what it's worth, Michael Magnusson and I have a call next week. I'm going to be pushing this thing forward. I'm a pit bull in this industry, right? The thumbnail on this video, all right? I'm the guy. I'm like the enforcer guy. I'm the guy to bang the drum, raise the voice, get people like aware. But I need help. Michael Magnusson needs help, and he's a smart dude, you know, with a great company, bigger than my company, I'm sure. And he is asking for the help. Folks, if you're in manufacturing, if you're in supply, if you're on the ISPA board, if you know ISPA people, if you're at Furniture Today, this is an issue that's important. Because if our industry goes away, a lot of people that I just mentioned are out of work, and their associations no longer matter. It's time for leadership in that regard, okay? Leadership in another place in our industry, Nectar, right? Now, you know, I'm not a Nectar retailer as of yet, soon to be. I've been somewhat vocal on connecting to brands, connecting to online companies, whether that's good or bad for your business. You have to decide. We're going in eyes wide open, hoping it's good. So we'll see. But I will say this much. I am more than happy to give credit where credit is due. And what Nectar is doing, I think is fantastic. I think the things that they're bringing out in the Resident Expert app that Bob Munkle highlighted, I think is fantastic way to connect our retail side of our industry to the experience consumers want to have in a store. And I just think what they're doing in that regard, what will come out, and I've yet to see it, but the idea of it is truly leading. And it's fantastic. It really is. So I can't wait to see what Resident Expert is all about. I think it's fantastic. You know, the way that they are, you know, sharing the customer, driving traffic to the door. I mean, folks, this is what Tempur-Pedic was, you know, 10, 15 years ago, right? Like that's what Tempur-Pedic did. Tempur-Pedic has, you know, has the dealer locator. They've continued to grow their brand. This is just another brand that, you know, is seeming to do it right at a far lower price in our industry, which typically you get to do bigger, grander things because the price you pay for the product funds the endeavor. So Nectar is really leading in that regard too, because they're, you know, look, we know the price spectrum of Tempur-Pedic to Nectar. We know what that is. So they're doing some really cutting edge leading things, you know, kind of underfunded in their overall revenues. Now, I don't know their financial standing. I'm sure they've got a lot of money funding the business, but the reality is they're leading in big ways that some bigger players aren't. And I think that's to be commended. And I think people watching should watch and should really like say, wow, maybe we need to step our game up too. I would say that's a good challenge to our industry. You know, people sometimes might take what I say as cutting, as hard edge, as, you know, I don't mean to be insulting. I mean to challenge. I want to see our industry succeed. I came into this industry 20 years ago. As of Monday next week, I actually accepted my role in this industry. Actually, wait a minute. It was Monday of this week. It was on the day before I left for my honeymoon. Okay, so, and I am married for 18 years this coming Monday, the 24th. So this has been a tremendous part of my adult working career and entrepreneurial journey. I want to see our industry succeed. I am in this industry. It is what I'm going to do. And I want to see our industry succeed. And I study a lot of things and I pay attention to a lot of things. And when I see somebody like a Michael Magnusson for 3 years warn our industry, and now we've reached, and I marked it, it was like 1:54 p.m. today, August 20th. I marked that date in the chat, in the scroll of the virtual event. From that moment forward, if our industry doesn't choose to lead and take this up and combat it like head to head, we are doomed. August 20th, 1:54 p.m. I think that's the time. From that moment forward, if we don't take it on, we're in trouble. You look at Resident, what they're doing, they're leading. You may not like it. You may not like the idea as a retailer that, they have all this traffic and we get a little bit, but the retailers that I've talked to have said it's been a great co-partnership. Okay, I'm going to try. We're going to see it. I'm not afraid of trying some product. We'll see how it goes. They have to be the ones that lead and kind of bring me along. I'm going to lean into it and honor the agreements that they're expecting from us. But it's going to be a follow thing until it takes off. And then if there's more there, we'll lean more into it. That's fine. I got no problem with that. I think the Better Sleep Council, Mary Helen Rogers, I think the presentation that she put together was fantastic. Everybody was asking for the slides like 10 minutes in. You always know that's a good one when people are asking for the presentation 10 minutes in because their pen and their paper can't keep up as they're writing. So I thought that was great. So today was leadership. Good ways and maybe not so good ways, but those not so good things can always be fixed, right? It's how we decide right now in the moment when the opportunity to improve or grow further or push the pedal harder is in front of us. Leadership, good leadership, is in recognizing that moment and deciding from here on out, what I've just seen with this information given to me, I'm going to do something about it. Whether it's fix it, improve it, grow it, create a new opportunity, things like that. That's what true leadership is about. And today was a great eye-opening day around the topic of leadership as I saw it. That's the theme I took away from today. Dave Perry, Furniture Today team, all the sponsors. I want to say thank you very much for putting on a great event. David Binky at King Coil, generous spirit. The last handful of bedding conferences I've been to, him and his company have always donated money. Camp Carefree was the charity that got a $15,000 check this time from King Coil. That was fantastic. I said, I think it'd be great if all the Furniture Today attendees would donate. I've done the same today. I hope you do too. I'm going to put that link in the comments. So that's been a great conference. It's been a great 3 days. That's my wrap-up video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. Let's connect. Let's carry on this great moment in our conference past these last 3 days. Take care.